Yeah, and we'll just begin in a little more quiet space today. Just really want to honor this tragic event. Just taking a moment of silence and opening our hearts and to all those beings that are suffering, and in a sense, we all feel the suffering. Yeah. So allowing your heart to be supported and beginning to find your breath here. So we'll take another 5 or 7 breaths here. And I wanted to share, I was listening to satsang with Ram Dass, who's just, I feel, has been really a great teacher for me yesterday. And this was in the 90s, this lecture he was giving. And one of his students said, how do we respond to some of the events? This is when the LA riots were happening. How do we respond to these tragic events happening? And he so beautifully spoke about how a lot of what's dying is our identification with fear, with the fear of the unknown. And that when these tragic events happen, like, the most important thing we can do is to keep cultivating the part of us that isn't so broken, right? And to keep cultivating love. And I'll quote him. He said, change is the nature of things. We can't stop change. When things destabilize, we tend to get rigid. So cultivate the part of you that can handle change without being in reaction to fear. I feel like this is this amazing thing that yoga gives us, is this opportunity to cultivate that within us, which is resilience. So keep finding your breath here. Just really tuning into your lungs and your heart. And noticing the place where we resist change. We want to hold on, we want to grip, and our bodies are the ones who kind of suffer from that. So notice in your body where you resist the opening. And see if you can soften. See if you can let go, even just a little bit. Great. So let's go ahead and slowly make our way out of this by rolling to the side, and you can keep your eyes closed and just come up to a comfortable seat, and we'll take the right hand right onto the heart. I'm just going to do a couple of heart massage movements, the Hridaya. You're going to just circle your hand to the right. Just do a couple massages in your heart. Great. And then let's release the hands. We'll let the eyes open, interlace the hands behind the back. In fact, actually just place the fingertips there and open up your chest here. And then interlace the hands and exhale. We'll come up and over, gently folding forward. And then inhaling, come on up. And exhale, we'll twist to the right. So whenever we face that resistance in our bodies today, just going to work on our mats, right? Whenever we face that fear of change, just right here in the moment, can you open up a little bit more to that place of trust? Like I said, Shraddha, which is cultivating that inner faith. And one more big in-breath here. Get nice and long through the spine. Exhale, twist, giving all the way to the right. And then we'll switch sides, left hand back, root down and inhale. Lengthen tall. And exhale. The body can be this great metaphor, right? Of like, how do we keep growing upward as we root down at the same time? And one more big in breath here. Exhale, twisting, and inhale, come back to center. Let's come all the way over onto our hands and knees. We'll take half a dog pose, puppy pose, Anahatasana. Stretching long through the sides of the waist, forehead down. And find your breath, nice long Ujjayi breaths. With every inhale, really imagining the breath filling up into every corner of the lungs. And then as you exhale, the breath moves out of every corner of the lungs. This full permission to let go. And two more breaths just like that, inhaling. Feel the breath move into the rib cage, all those little muscles between the ribs. Exhaling, lengthen, soften. Great, and we're gonna stay low. Inhale, come on up, we'll walk over to the right. And just notice your body in this moment. Any places that are like the gunk is coming out, let it come out, move it. We did a lot of that in our cleanse, huh, Jeannie? And inhale, coming up and over to the left. We cultivate that inner heart fire. And every breath, it's like massaging the heart, the hridaya, the root of the heart. And then inhale, coming up. Let's walk the hands in and let's turn the fingers towards our knees here. Tuck the toes under, just gently slide back just to that first edge where you're getting a nice stretch in your forearms. I feel like every time a tragedy happens, if we let ourselves stay open in our hearts, it makes us stronger. Do you guys feel that?
To me, I think the best healing comes outside during tragedy. It takes that sometimes not open.
Yes. Great. And then walk your hands back. We'll step the left foot between the hands. And come on up into a lunge, interlace the hands and take a big breath, loop the shoulders back, puff up the heart and exhale, curl your head back. Let the throat open here. And gaze is down towards the tip of the nose. Excellent. And then inhale. We'll release the hands to the front, stretch the palms up, and exhale up and over to your left. Just see if you can get into that psoas a little bit. Feel that nice opening in the side of the heart, the side of the lungs. And inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Let's enjoy this first dog pose here, moving, stretching, swaying out the hips, letting go of the jaw tension in the neck and shoulders. Great, and then we'll look up between the hands, step the right foot between, bring the back knee down, and then we'll take the opposite clasp of our hands. We're just gonna keep switching that clasp. Yeah, you can take a bow in towards your heart, in towards that heart fire, the strength of the heart. And inhale, open up the chest, curl back, breathe. One more big breath in. And then exhale, release the hands. We'll take that opposite clasp and stretch the hands up to the sky. And then take a little tip over to the right. And with every inhale, we can open up the back a little bit more. Just feel into those lower lobes of your lungs. With every exhale, open the front of the heart a little more, side body. And then inhale, reaching back up, exhale. Let's send the hands back down, step back again, downward facing dog. Great, and stretch open the palms of the hands a lot. And see if you can bring a little extra rooting into the base of your index finger and follow that line from the root of the index finger up to the back of the heart. There's a whole marma point line there, opening up the heart space, the hridaya. And then come up onto the toes and stretch the bottoms of the feet. Yeah, bend the knees a little bit, open up the hips and pelvis. Great, and then inhale, we'll slide the chest forward, come into plank pose. Exhale, knees down, chest down. And inhale, come up into cobra. We'll just take a few breaths here, warming up. You can move side to side, rolling the shoulders. Yeah, nice. Little Sahaja cobra, spontaneous. Sahaja is the flow. So it can really help us today. It helps to move the stuckness, the parts of us that don't want to change. We bring in the Sahaja. And then go ahead and take one more breath. And exhale, lower, press back through the knees and slide back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And when we follow the exhale to the very tail end, look up between the hands and hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhaling, halfway left. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Let's spend a moment here grounding the feet. In fact, take the feet a little bit apart, spread your toes, especially that little toe. It's probably the one that resists change, that little toe. Mine wants to curl in. Good. Ground your feet, let your hands push down on your feet for just a moment. Feel that place of your center in your body. Good, and then inhale, rise up, leading with the heart. Exhale, reach back, interlace the hands. We're gonna keep switching that clasp. Inhale, open up. Exhale, fold forward. And find that center point in the feet. So 4 corners of your feet rooting. Jaws relaxed, eyes are steady. So the big toe mound roots, the outer edge of your foot is slightly lifting, right? So we get that outer arch to activate. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, we'll bring the hands to the heart, and let's bring the feet either slightly apart or big toes touching, heels apart. Close your eyes for a moment. Yeah, just standing upright on your mat. Imagining, visualizing yourself moving forward in the presence of your body. We'll take a deep breath in here. And then on the exhalation, let the eyes open, release the arms down. Let's move through a couple of Surya Namaskars. Inhale, radiate. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway lift, straight, long spine. Exhale, step or hop, plank pose. Inhale, a breath here. And then exhale, either knees bend or straight leg chaturanga. You can come into cobra or upward dog. Yeah, a little more full open heart. Exhale, press back downward dog. For 5 breaths, 5 ujjayi breaths. Just finding that sweet balance, right, of effort and surrender. So there's an amount of effort that is needed to show up on our mats, right, to show up in our lives. And then there's an amount of surrender that we're being called to here, right in this moment. Maybe it's in your jaw, maybe it's in your hips, it's in your eyes, your heart. Good, follow the next breath to the very tail end until you feel Mula Bandha tone. Look between your hands, step or hop. I'm still in the spring hop playfulness. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, lead with your heart. Sweep the arms wide and up. Exhale, bring the hands right down the center line. Take a moment of pause at the heart. Close your eyes. So I want you to now imagine that you're standing in love rather than fear. You're aware of fear, but you're standing in love and you're moving through your practice from love as a channel of love. So we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, the arms down by our sides. Let the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, up and over. Deep bow. Inhale, look up, playfully open. Exhale, step or hop. And right through chaturanga. Come through to cobra or upward dog with an open heart. Exhale, press back. So many people right now can't find that channel of love at all. We practice for them. We practice opening the heart. And all those beings suffering. Let the tongue be soft inside the mouth, the jaw relaxed, the eyes steady. Take a full in-breath all the way into the pelvis. Follow the exhale to the tail end, step or hop forward. Inhaling, heart floats. Exhale, we bow deeply. Plug the feet in, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Stay rooted as you open, reach, exhale, hands to the heart. Good, deep breath in, just taking an extra breath. Relax the body. Notice where you wanna resist and grip and tense. I did a lot of that this winter. Didn't want things to change. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms, come into the flow, inhale. Exhale, ride that wave. And inhale, look up halfway, heart open, exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, however you want to get there, sliding through to Cobra or Upward Dog in the flow. Exhale. Ram Dass says if we are part of the ocean, we don't notice the big waves because we're part of the wave itself. Allow yourself to come into that flow of in breath and out breath, the spaces in between. Shoulder blades hug down the back as the heart melts. One more big breath here. And follow the exhalation all the way out, look between the hands and lightly step or hop. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale. Just pausing for a breath. It's coming back to that inner stillness. Feel the inner Shraddha, the faith and trusting. And may we hold that as we do our last sun salutation for all the beings who can't right now. Deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale. Lift, lengthen, extend. Exhale. Step or hop. Chaturanga Dandasana. Slide through, leading with love. Exhale, press back. Let the jaw soften. Allow your body to flow with the change. And let your heart flow with the change. And we finish our breath all the way out. Walk the feet together. Right leg reaches to the sky, one-legged dog. You want to plug the finger pads in, bend the knee, and gently open the hip. Yeah, so don't only go as far as you can, still keep the shoulders plugging in. Yeah, and playfully bring your gaze up, look towards the new. We gotta have our eye on the new as well. Look up between the hands, exhale, step through. And let's come on up with the hands here on the thigh, bend the back knee a little bit. And plug from the hips. We're gonna plug all the way down into the earth through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, cup the hands behind the skull. Take a slight bow. Just feel the tenderness inside the heart, opening up the back, the universal heart. And then we'll curl back slowly. The armpits open and float, the heart lifts. Yeah. One more breath here, inhale. Good, and exhale. We'll sweep the arms back down. Let's scoot the right foot out to the side and take both hands inside. Just do a little bit of hip movement here. I feel like anytime we're invoking the flow, we want to move the hips, circle the hips, spiral the hips. Move the stagnation. And then we'll stay here another breath. Plug the left hand down and inhale the right arm into a twist. Yeah, nice. And every inhale, we infuse the spine into the back of the skull. Every exhale, turn and look a little more to the right. Open it up. Open to the change. Exhale, let's release. Let's actually just go ahead and walk over to the left and pause here in the moment. We're going with the spontaneity today, so you can go side to side here a little bit. Good, and then we'll walk all the way over to the back of our mats. Plug in the legs and inhale, come on up. Hands on the hips just for a moment. Good. So you can actually take a hand to the belly and a hand to the sacrum. I love this. Just feeling the position of the pelvis and just rock your pelvis back and forth until you feel some neutrality here. Right. Then we inhale, sweep the arms up. And you can reach back, clasp the opposite hands, bow a little bit forward. So just this little moment of honoring all hearts. And then inhaling, coming back. Find that sweet balance of rooting and rising, effort and surrender, action and trusting. One more in breath. Exhale, bow. And we'll walk back over to the right. I feel like we got to do a little Durga today. So we'll turn the toes out about 45 degrees and hands on the ankles just for a moment. So Durga is this gorgeous embodiment of the feminine and her loving fierceness. And she rides the tiger, which is really her own energy. And so we gotta get fierce in these times. Yeah. Otherwise we want to give up. So just take a moment, tap into your own, that part of you that's like, oh God, so much going on in the world. It's like hard, right? And we want to go.
Year of the water tiger.
It's the year of the water tiger. Say a little bit more, Sarah says.
That's all I know.
Okay, good. So let's come on up with the hands. Yeah, so we just want to tap in for a moment to this sort of more primal place, right? You know, all the mamas right now are like, rah. Yeah. Don't need to say too much more because here we are. Yeah, so just hands to the heart for a moment. Feel the fierceness of your love. And how do we take that into action? And we don't want to react because that's just more of the same, right? So how do we go inside and listen? What is the right thing to do right now? What is the thing to do? How do I take action from love? Settle in another breath or two. You're going to feel a little burn. Just stay with the burn. Yeah. Good. And then exhale, release. Wah. And just hang for a moment. Feel the fire, the warmth in your heart, the tenacity. And then we're going to walk over to the front and just slide your way back to downward dog. The fierce mother, love, right? She's the one who says enough, enough. And we have to find it on the inside, right? We're not going to change the outer till we change the inner. What is that enough for you? Just take another couple of breaths here. Inhale, slide your chest through. Exhale, lower down. I'm just going to come into full pranam for a moment. Just arms out in front, legs stretching out, forehead down. Good. Just take a moment of quiet and silence, tapping into the energy of earth. Giving away any parts that are resistant to the change that's trying to happen on the inner. Just give it away. Take another moment or two. You might feel your jaw relax a little more. Great. Let's take the hands by the chest. We'll press back. Take a moment in the child's pose or half child's. Come back to a moment of unconditional love. Breathing fully, inhaling, exhale. While we're in these bodies, let's breathe. Let's be here fully. Inhale, come on up, exhale, downward dog, right leg to the sky. Sorry, left leg to the sky this time first. Reach so that your joints get more spacious, open, vibrant, vital. Exhale, step through. Turn the back heel down. Inhale, slowly sweep the arms up, coming into the warrior, and just take a moment and embody your inner warrior. What does that look like? What does that feel like to be a warrior in these times? Yeah. I like it. I can feel, I can feel the water tiger. Inhale, open it up, reverse that warrior. You can take a hold of your wrist if you like. Good, open the hips, especially the top of the right hip. Open it up. Good, on the exhale, come back to warrior two. So just imagine in your back arm, you're pulling all that you've cultivated from the past into this present moment. You're going to offer it out into the now, into the future, which is the now. Strength, resilience, love. Inhale, open it up one more time. Good, and then exhale back to warrior two. Yeah, we'll turn the feet. Just take a moment here in a big starfish. Great. Heart open. Strong back, open heart, I think is a great saying from Joan Halifax. Strong back, open hearts. Good. Turn the right foot out. Come into the warrior, right side. Right side is the direction that we are moving towards. Left is the past. Again, pulling from the past into this moment. What is the state that comes to you? Inhale, open it up, reverse the warrior. If you like, take hold of your wrist. Good, exhale, back to warrior two. Hold the pose for your beloveds, for the earth, for love. Inhale again, open it, reverse the warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Turn the feet parallel. Let's interlace the hands behind the back. Take a big breath in, open it up wide. Exhale, fold. So arrive in the pose, just adjusting, making any of the little micro adjustments you need to make. Shoulders back, jaw relaxed. Good, everyone, and then release the hands. Let's turn the toes out about 45 degrees and come over into a side lunge on the right. Yeah, so you can play here, just staying low or bringing your chest up. Good. And then go to the other side. You may want to bring in an arm movement or two. And then just play side to side, go into a little spontaneous flow here. And you might even find like you come into some other poses. So we're going to take just a minute or two and just be playful, moving through the places that maybe have been a little more stuck, rigid. Yeah. We all have some resistance to change. What's yours? Just be curious. What would be possible if you let go of some of the places you've been rigid? We don't know, but that hip, that shoulder. Good, you guys. Awesome. And then we're going to eventually make our way back to down dog. Beautiful. Let's come. Let's lift the right leg to the sky on the in-breath and exhale, step all the way through. We'll bring the back knee down and then inhale, reach the left arm up. Open up this whole left waistline and exhale, wrap around. So your choice of hand positions here. And if you like to even go into bound, you're welcome to. And those of you, if you want to go any deeper, you can lift the back leg off the floor. Just find your edge, whatever it is for you. Good. Beautiful. Work with your breath. Deep, long in breaths, full extended out breaths. Find the length in the crown and the out breath. Good. One more in breath, twisting it out with the out breath. And then inhale, let's release, bringing both hands onto the thigh. And we'll reach back. And if you need a little padding under your knee, you can fold the knee. How's everybody doing, by the way? We're in like the vortex here. So take a hold of your foot, hug in a little bit. You want to stabilize the core. And then open it up, and you can take the foot with both hands or one hand. Maybe play with your arm. Be spontaneous. But we'll use the form of the poses to then let go of the form in a way. And exhale, we're going to switch hands. So you'll take your left hand down, reach back with your right hand, twisted monkey. Yeah. And you can play here, inhaling, opening the heart, opening to the sky. As Ram Dass says, look to the sky when you feel stuck. And on the exhale, you can bow to the earth when you need to release. The earth, the great composter. Inhale, open to the expanse. Freedom. Exhale, opening, grounding in gratitude. Ram Dass, I know. He did. He had to sacrifice his body. Yes, it's so true. I know. He was so brilliant. Like, I listened. Yeah, if you have a connection with Ram Dass, he's just the channel. He says it so beautifully. He's just channeling. What's that? He was. Yes, he had it in. I remember it in his yard. Yeah. Yeah. So then you can just find the last couple of breaths in the sweetness. Whatever that is for you, you can release the foot if you like. And then we'll gracefully come out. You can either come into a half dog or full dog, just stretching it out. Yeah. Just feel. Just feel, let your body be rocked by the breath. Great. And then when you're ready, you're going to step the left foot between the hands. And yes, inhale the right arm up. And exhale, move from the whole waistline, taking it into Parsvakonasana, and any variation with your arms. And if you like, lifting that back knee and just working, churning in the body, right? The rubbing is what opens. One more in-breath, lengthens up through the spine. Exhale, twisting, and then inhale, release. Good. And we'll just take the, excuse me, the back foot, hug in a little bit. I'm going to scissor the legs to create a little more stability. And then start to sink. In a nice quad stretch. If you like, take the foot with both hands and press back a little. Yeah. And just allow for the opening of the heart. So we don't push or force the heart open. We simply let ourselves have the opening. Feel the breath moving out through the heart space, moving in and out. And then exhale, you can switch hands. Take the right hand down. And just taking it into opening, inhale, and then gently bowing, exhale. Yeah, inhale, exhale. It's working like the waves in the sea, working the inflow and the outflow. And then eventually just resting wherever you want to rest here. And then we'll sliver our way back. Let's take it into puppy pose again, half dog. You can come up onto the pads of the fingers. Great, let's sliver our way all the way onto our bellies. And we'll come down onto the forehead. Take the hands wide, TPing the hands. And just take a moment here, spread open the toes, root down through the tail, and then inhale, come on up. You can use the rooting of the fingers to loop the shoulders back. Yeah, melting. Yeah, good. Good, and then exhale. Stack the hands, rest the forehead, and gently sway the hips. Great, and then we'll push back onto our knees, and we'll come into the dolphin pose. So we're going to interlace the hands, and you can just take this moment here and soften, melt the heart, slide the chest forward a little so the weight really comes into the forearms, and then melts even a little bit more. So how much just in your body can you surrender in the heart space, bringing the shoulder blades onto the back? Yeah, and then once you feel that surrender, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and slide your hips back. And notice when you start to harden or resist. And the resistance is a great teacher. Right? There's nothing wrong with resistance. It's there to help us open. So when you meet the resistance, just smile, soften, breathe, relax, go with that flow. Yeah. And if you like to come in a little bit more, you might be able to walk your feet in, or maybe even take your head down and pop into a headstand. And if not, you're just going to come back and maybe just come back and forth into dolphin and out into child's pose. So yeah, play inside your body. Play in the body. Have faith, have trust. Not blind faith, trusting in what you know to be true. And we know as spiritual practitioners, we know where we're going, ultimately. So we trust in the dismantling. Yeah. Take about another minute wherever you are. Mm-hmm. Excellent. And then if you're in headstand, you're going to come down into a child's pose. And then we're going to make our way from child's pose back onto our bellies. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you can take your arms out to the sides, way out to the sides, and then just roll over onto your right hip. And we're going to reach, keep this left leg long and reach it back. You might be able to bend the knee and touch the foot back, taking a nice twist. Good. And then coming back. And then let's roll over to the other side, lifting the right leg, roll to your left hip. Yeah, reaching back and nice and long. Good. And then let's roll back over to the other side again. And this time we'll separate the legs a little bit more. You can rest your head down on the ground. I'm going to stretch the legs long and apart. And then coming back, we'll do the same on the other side. We can separate the legs. Yeah. Take a nice twist. Yes. Good. And then slowly making our way back. Good. And then let's come into a little spontaneous back bending here. So we'll just rise up into Shalabhasana. And I always remember Wendy doing this. Wendy, yeah. She used to take us into these spontaneous back bend flows and just letting your body, not going into any particular position, right? Maybe you take one leg and you playfully, and you just let your body flow in this place. Maybe you imagine yourself flying through the air. Yeah. What an amazing feeling that would be. Maybe you actually come into a Dhanurasana or a side Dhanurasana. So again, let's be playful. If you are doing Dhanurasana, just keep the thighs parallel. Press the feet back, open the heart. Maybe rolling to the other side, playfully. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Back to center. And then you might even imagine you're swimming. So the arms come out in front, legs. Probably feeling your back muscles. And one more breath here, stretch back, Shalabhasana. And then we'll place the hands down, rest the head, relax, and restore. Take a few big, full Ujjayi breaths, breathing into the back body, back of the heart. And tapping into this universal heart space through the back. And then the hands are going to come by the chest. We'll press back into Balasana, child's pose. Great. Let's take a few breaths. Great, you guys. And then let's lie on our backs, and we're going to have our block and a strap handy. Yeah. How's everybody? How are we feeling? Good. Yeah. How you doing, Kim? Looks like Sarah left. How are you? You good?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I want to see you soon.
I know. This is helping. Let me just say that this is putting me into a pretty good.
Okay. Okay. Good. I know it's a heavy time.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's lie on our backs, and we're going to take our blocks between the thighs and just take a pause here, hugging rather than squeezing. I like to think of just a little hug, a little stabilizing. Yeah. And then when you're ready from here, inhale, lift the hips, come up under the shoulders and walk the shoulders straight in. And root down through the feet, lift the hips high. And if you like to go a little deeper in the shoulder, you can interlace the hands, walk the shoulders in a little bit more. Yeah, and just hug maybe that block a little more to get the hips up. Sacrum comes in and up. We're going to float the chin so it's neutral. And then when you're ready, coming down. And just rest for a moment. Yeah. Deep breath. So we keep remembering with every breath, ultimately who we are. So we're going to take the block now and bring it underneath the sacrum. So you can either go low, high, or medium. Place it right under the sacrum. And then we'll draw let's go sideways so the camera can see. So you can start to bring your left foot back. And you might stay on the toes, or you might tuck the toes under. Ideally, you want to keep the thigh bones parallel here. So this is going to get a little deeper into the psoas, and yeah, open the heart, relax your jaw. And some of you might like to bring your hands under your shoulders and pop up into a back bend, if that's in your practice. Yeah. Talking to Jeannie over there. Yeah, it's one of your faves. Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll switch legs. So just come back onto your block and pull the right foot back. You'll get that nice stretch on your right quad, psoas, hip flexors. And whenever you feel inspired, if you feel inspired, you can pop up into Urdhva Dhanurasana or something like that. Ooh. And then we'll eventually pull the block out and make your way down. Just rest your hands on your belly, knees come into rest. Just take a couple of breaths here. Yeah. Great. And then we're going to take, we'll just draw the knees in. So do something symmetrical. Give yourself a little squeeze for a couple of breaths. Great. And then we'll take our strap and put it around the ball of the left foot, the ball of the toes, the left foot. And you can either keep the right knee bent or straighten out the right leg if it feels okay. Yeah. Great. And the leg comes just a little bit to the side for the hip to move inside the socket there. Yeah. You want to imagine you have a nice little heavy sandbag on the right thigh. I should get you guys one. I'm lazy. Do you want one? Sandbag? Yeah. I know you got to feel the weight. And Kim, you can just imagine you have a sandbag on your thigh. Right? Isn't that just amazing? Is that good? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so last couple of breaths. You can take your leg just about 45 degrees or so out. You guys already did that. Yeah. Out to the side. Great. Inhaling back up. And just go over, since we're here with the sandbag, go over to the other side just a little bit. Yeah. Clipping that left hip down. Ooh. Inhaling, coming back up. Great. And then if you guys have the sandbag, you're just going to switch it over and I can come help. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Bring this leg a little more in. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So first, just right in the middle. Oh, does that not feel so good? And then take your leg out to the side if you haven't already. Yeah, keep rotating that right femur bone externally, waking up the feet, right? So the feet tend to want to go to sleep. Wake them up. What? Oh yeah, good, good. And then we'll come back up to center and just go over to the other side, maybe 6 inches. Pull the right hip crease down away from the hip. And then inhaling back, and we'll release the strap, draw the knees in, give a little squeeze. Yeah. Great. Okay. Yeah. Let's do a little twist here. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Reach through, take eye of the needle. And then you can take it right into a twist here, crossing the right leg all the way over and twist the knees to the left, look over the right. Yeah. Mhm. I know. I'm gonna get you in. We should just schedule you. And then when you're ready, you can begin to twist to the other side. Or actually, I have the needle first, then twist. Yeah. Mhm. Does Paul talk about having faith in these times? Does Paul talk about having faith with Shraddha in these times? Yeah, you got what's that? Yeah. Yeah. That's all we got. There you go. Yeah. Mm. Mm. And finishing your last couple of breaths. Great. And then we'll make our way back and just give yourself a sweet, warm, loving hug. Yeah. And just over the next minute, we'll make our way into the final corpse pose. So anything you need to do to get ready for that, or any last postures you want to take, we will make our way. Love this quote by Kabir because it's so easy to put people out of our hearts in this day and age that wrong us or wrong others. And he says, do what you do with another person, but never put them out of your heart. So in our yoga practice, we never leave anyone out of our hearts. And in that place, we can process, we can grieve, we can look the energy. You just allow yourself to rest back inside the dwelling of your heart, your spiritual heart, your physical heart. And when in fear, turn towards love. When you harden or you find yourself getting brittle in the resistance of change, allow yourself to be bathed in that love. Resting in the body. Feel the deep rest in your bones. And as you're ready, slowly begin to deepen your breath without movement. We just let the breath deepen. Noticing the air coming in to the lungs. And then gently moving out of the lungs. Feel that flow of life as we take in life. We also give life back out through our breath. And when you feel ready, you can begin to just gently wiggle the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists. And gently stretch from the inside out. Roll over to the right side. Let's take a moment of pause. In a way that you can honor your practice today, to those in need. We'll make our way up to a comfortable seat. We offer a prayer, a bow, a blessing, whatever feels appropriate for you to those are in the recent suffering of the tragedy, and offering them your love, and the divine's love. Namaste. Thank you. Mm.